श्रीपरमात्मने नमः। अथ गीताध्यानश्लोकाः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला। अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदीकैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम्। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिर्हृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णायाक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ताः दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकादिवर्जितः। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। In the yesterday's discussion, we stopped at this shloka. It said, न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थो ममात्मा भूतभावनः. And the Shankaracharya's commentary was very, very interesting, and we have discussed it in detail. We will go to the next shloka now. यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय. Okay. So the meaning I get just by looking at this verse is यथा आकाश यथा आकाशस्थितः नित्यं वायुः. Just like in the akasha, in space, vayuhu sthitaha, how the air is staying nityam, always in this akasha, sarvatragaha, sarvatragaha, everywhere, mahan, the great, tatha, just like that, sarvani bhutani, all the bhutas, mat sthani, they are in me, mat sthani, ityupadharaya. Iti upadharaya. Iti. So saying this, upadharaya. Upadharaya means I think it's understand it like this. Just like how the space is never touched by Vayu, although Vayu is always filling the space. Just like that. All these bhutas, all these beings are in me, but I am never touched by them. I think that is what he is trying to say. Yatha tatha iti. He is giving an example of his nature. So let's see. Before we go to the Shankara Bhashya, any points to be risen?
So, is this how popular meditation techniques and awareness techniques are? That they are built on this foundation that there is the akasha, there is the space of me in which all these thoughts exactly. Manas is also often compared to the vayu, to wind or the
Hmm.
air. So, though the akash, the vayu, that is the mind, is present in me, and it is not, I am not touched by it. So, is this? I'm just wondering if this could be the motivation from where popular meditation techniques have come.
Can you repeat exactly what you are saying? Can you repeat that once again? I want to
No,
get
I'm just
clarity
saying,
about
I'm just
this
making a
particular.
remark, I'm making an observation and remark by saying popular meditation techniques of where we say just observe the mind pass through. You are not the anger, you are not the lust, you are not the guilt, you are not the hatred, etc. So that is built on the foundation of the assumption that though I am watching it, I'm not touched by it.
It's not an
Just as
assumption.
how this example of though there is vayu in the akasha, it is the akasha is not touched by it.
Hmm.
So I am saying is have all these meditation techniques. Of course, I'm not saying they all have come from Bhagavad Gita. I'm saying is that the analogy or the idea from which these assumptions have come.
Why are you calling it an assumption? It is the truth, right? In the sense that one can clearly see that it is not them that is the lust or anger or etc. Whatever the thought that comes to mind, they can clearly see that they are not their thoughts. I am not my thought. I can know it. It's not that I am making an assumption there.
But then yeah, it makes sense that, like, for example, when the eye sees a clock, of course, the eye is not the clock, the physical eye. But
Correct.
then we are just extrapolating this logic to the drishya and the drik. We are just saying the one which sees should therefore cannot be the object of seeing, of which is being seen. But in that sense, what if the mind has a capability to look at itself also?
It does, right?
Therefore, then you can't say I am not the mind because it may be the mind which is looking at itself, which is
No, no,
observing
no.
itself.
You can see that. You can see the mind thinking about itself also. It's called metacognition.
Hmm.
Metacognition. Metacognition is thinking about your own thinking.
Mm.
but nonetheless it is still thinking. It is
Right.
still,
So that means there is one more layer beyond the
yes,
mind, right?
correct. There is the layer of consciousness, awareness, on which all the thinking is happening. Even the thinking about thinking is also happening on the same layer. Right?
So,
It's
but
like
how
the
do I know that
background.
there is this layer? Is that an assumption,
Intuitively,
or is that?
intuitively,
Uh,
you can see it.
hmm.
So, in the sense that uh, when you are aware, only then the thoughts arise. Right? The awareness is the dhata, or the, what is it called? Adhara and adheya are all these thoughts. There is that adhara adheya relationship between the two.
Hmm. So you are saying this very popular quote, I think, therefore I am.
I am not saying that. I am saying that I am aware, therefore I can think.
No, but we are saying we are aware because we are able to think. I mean, look at these thoughts. If
No, no.
these thoughts were not there, do we know that we are alive?
Yes.
May I know how?
Uh, it's more intuitive. I don't know how to say it. In the sense that uh, this can be experienced in dhyana actually. If you try to sit down for dhyana,
Hmm.
you will see that initially there are so many thoughts that are flooding your mind. And then as you slowly let them go, you keep on letting them go, you don't get attached to any of them. Slowly,
Hmm.
you feel that, the number of thoughts that are occurring slowly decreases, their intensity decreases. The amount of, attention they demand and the amount of attention you give towards them, that decreases.
Hmm.
And after a bit, there is something called this no mind state. This is very, very popular in Buddhist meditations also. It's
Hmm.
also same. It's called no mind state. No mind state is a deep meditative condition. It is. I think this is what we call samadhi also. So what happens is that there is something called self-referential thoughts, etc. They arise from this part of the brain that it is always talking about me, mine, me, etc. So every single thought that you get is somehow related to yourself, and eventually that quietens, and you see that when there is this no mind state that can be observed.
Okay, so which means to observe. I mean, the idea that consciousness or awareness is more fundamental than thoughts is only provable only by people who have gone into this state of mind.
Okay, yeah, you can say that. If you want to prove it, yeah, then fine, yes, maybe.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
But it can be attained by anybody. It's not just how do I put it? It can be attained by anybody. It's not just some people can only get it, others can't get it. No, nothing like that. It just requires some amount of practice. That's all. That's what I
Hmm.
think.
Astu dhanyawad.
I personally have also like generally when you're starting out meditating, I'm not a very very advanced meditator of any kind. Uh, but I have somehow had a glimpse of this no mind state. But what happens is, as soon as you have this no mind state, it is so new to you. Uh, the next time you sit down for meditation, you are like, I want to get that no mind state, no mind state. And as you're thinking about it, you are generating thoughts. And you are not able to get to the thoughtless, state. So somehow,
Wow.
first time it's easier, second time it's harder.
Hmm.
Uh,
Aho bhavan namastubhyam.
Mastu, mastu. uh, so here, yatha loke, we'll go to Shankara Bhashya. यथा लोके आकाशस्थितः आकाशे स्थितः नित्यं सदा वायुः सर्वत्र गच्छति सर्वत्र गच्छति इति सर्वत्रगः महान् परिमाणतः महान् दिस वायु इज परिमाणतः महान् is great in volume तथा आकाशात् सर्वगते मयि असंश्लेषेणैव असंश्लेषेणैव without contact only स्थितानि इति एवम् उपधारय विजानीहि know this. Just like all the air is in the space, but the space is never dependent on the air, nor does it get in contact with the air. Similarly, I pervade this whole universe, and in me all these matsthani bhutani, all these beings are in me, but I never actually come in contact with them. Akashavat, like Akasha. This is what I understand from the meaning. Let's see. Upadharaya, understand. Iti yatha, just as in the world, the Mahan, voluminous in dimension, Vayuhu, Sarvagataha, moving everywhere, is Nityaha, it's always there, ever present. Akashasthitaha, present in the space. Tatha, this Vayu is present in the space. Similarly, Sarvabhutani, abide in me, who is omnipresent, like space abide certainly without any contact. So this is what has been
So
said.
for this very reason, the idea of space itself was, speaking in human terms, scientific terms, very relatively new. The people thought there must be ether, something, because space is not demonstrable. You can only say it's a lack of things. But can we really prove the existence of space? No, why I'm asking that is because it's very. If we are saying this is very analogous to the consciousness and the mind, as hard as it is to prove that there is space, it is so hard to prove that there is consciousness. Is that something you would agree with?
Let's put proof aside. Do you know space exists?
I mean, I've been told that there is the space, that there is something called space. Of course, I don't have any direct experience of
In the
it, but
sense that
yeah.
space does not come in contact with air, in the sense that space can exist with or without air. If you go
Yes.
to the outer space, if you climb into a rocket and go out of the atmosphere, there is vast expanses of space. So you can say, like, the easiest way to say that the space exists is just by the fact that there is distance.
Mm.
Distance exists.
Mm.
Where does this distance exist? It exists in space.
Mm.
Okay. So you can go out of this atmosphere, and you can see that the space exists without air.
Mm.
Right? There is also, the space exists when it has air in it.
Mm.
Space exists when it has you in it, me in it, this laptop in it, etc.
No, but where, even if I travel out of Earth, where is the space where I'm able to see it directly?
You are
I only
seeing
see
it
planets.
directly.
I only see planets. I see asteroids and so on. But where is the space? It's an
Mm,
idea that we have thought that there is something like a cocoon inside which all these things are kept, like a big box inside which all of this is there.
no,
But
you
where is
can
the
think of
space?
space as some coordinate system. Why do you need to think of it that way? In the sense that you can set up an XYZ axis, and that's it. That is
Mm.
what is defining all of space.
Exactly. So space is a construct. Does
Yes.
it exist physically then?
Yeah. Why not?
No. What
If
we
in that sense, then everything is a construct.
No, I'm saying
Matsthani
the
Bhutani. Matsthani is a construct. Bhutani is also a construct. And everything is a construct. Nityam is a construct. What is not a
Mm.
construct? That you tell me. Anything you construct with your words is a construct.
No, what I'm trying to say is it's definite. Yes, in that sense, everything is a concept. But what I'm saying is space is not as concrete as we think matter is. So matter is directly perceptible to the senses, whereas space is not. So space is therefore born of the mind.
No,
It's
no, you
constant in
can
the
do
sense
anumana.
it's an anuma, exactly. It's an inference of the mind. It's not a pratyaksha.
Still, even anumana pramana is acceptable. If you can do anumana of something and you do rigorous studies about it and find that it is there, then it is there. There is no denying it. Just because
Yeah.
it is not pratyaksha does not mean you can simply say that it does not exist. Look at all our scientific theories. Most of them are based out of anumana, and then they do a bunch of experiments. By doing experiments, they confirm that it follows these dharmas. It follows these
Hmm.
properties, etc. And that's it. And thus it exists.
Hmm. True. So then the existence of space, going by this analogy,
Hmm.
is known by an absence of matter.
Not necessarily. Who said so?
No, because otherwise, how will I
Space,
know
you
space
can
if
think
I've
of
never
space
been?
as like, you can infer space from volume. You can infer space from looking at volumes.
Hmm.
Why are you saying that this particular bottle is not same as this laptop? You can say that it occupies different kinds of space. The shapes are different. Where are these shapes present?
No, but the question where are they present is already assuming that there's something else bigger which is there, which is enveloping the this bottle. When I
Okay.
say where is this bottle, of course it's already assuming it's a loaded question. It's assuming that there is something bigger in which it is present. Why can it not be present by itself?
Okay. Let it be present by itself. So,
Yeah.
like
So
I don't get the
the
question. I'm
point
so sorry.
I'm driving is for a person on Earth who
Hmm.
has only seen matter around.
Huh.
First of all, to infer that there is wind itself was a big thing. Then
Wait. The space does not necessarily mean outer space.
exactly
Any space.
any space
Space is
that
space.
we
See, look at it. A continuous area or expanse which is free, available, or unoccupied. The dimensions of height, width, and depth, which all things exist and move in.
hmm.
Position of things at distance from one another. These are the definitions of space. You can see them clearly.
True. I mean, what I'm trying to get at is when we look at position, even those definitions, position at a distance, then let's say you're explaining all of this to a 6-year-old who has no 6-year-old alien who has no idea of all of this. Then the question will come: how do you define then distance? Right?
He
Then
knows
in that
what distance is.
it's a cyclical definition. You'll say distance is the space between two things,
No, no,
but
no.
then you'll say
You can
space is
see, no, no,
something
no.
in which.
You can see distance. Let's say the kid's toy is somewhere else. You ask him, where is your
Hmm.
toy? He points at it. There is
Hmm.
my toy.
Hmm.
He is referring to distance, although he does not have words for it.
Yeah, he's pointing at the toy, but where is he inferring space or distance from it?
Okay. I don't know. What exactly is the point again? Okay, you are trying to say that because we don't know if the space itself exists. Then how can we say that all whatever Krishna is saying is true?
Yeah, in the analogy that he's giving, he's saying
Hmm.
consciousness exists, which is aham,
Hmm.
and in that all these things, bhutas, manas is it's there. My question is, if we are going, if for an analogy to be true, I mean to hold water, then it means the other water you're comparing with the upameya should also form a certain system. There should be a samana dharma. The
Correct.
samana dharma here is being untouched. The just
Correct.
as space is being untouched by whatever things are there inside.
Hmm.
He's saying these things. I am also untouched by whatever there is, whatever bhutas are there within me. Then the question is, how do we even know that that there is the space which is being untouched?
See,
Is-
even a conceptual or a construct based space is good enough for this example.
Hmm.
It does not necessarily, we need not prove the existence of a space. Set up a coordinate system anywhere on Earth.
Hmm.
Okay. And you see that at certain points in this coordinate system, there is air. At certain points, there is water, there is earth, there
Hmm.
are different plastics, there are houses, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Let's take the
Hmm.
example of air. Although the air exists in our coordinate system, the coordinate system is not affected by air. You can always replace that air with something else. Let's say
Hmm.
clouds,
Hmm.
or let's say an aeroplane which is
Hmm.
going through air.
Hmm.
Is the aeroplane in any way getting touched by the coordinate system, or the coordinate system is touching the aeroplane?
No, it's not getting affected.
It's not getting affected. That's basically it.
Hmm.
Good enough.
Right, right. So the only point he's making is that he is unaffected.
That's it.
Uh, hmm. But then necessarily we should not then
In the
think of
sense that the coordinate
space in the
system can exist even if the earth does not exist. Even if everything in the universe is emptied out, you can still
Hmm.
have a nice coordinate system.
Hmm.
Although it's a thought experiment, I hope it drives my point home.
Hmm. Yes, yes. But then the question of why it is true is also the second point. Why is that aham not affected by any of these?
Maybe he only gives that answer. I don't know. Let's see. This is Guhyatama, right? This is one of the most
Hmm.
secretive. Why is
Hmm.
it not affected? One easy way is you see that all of this is mithya. It's all transactional in nature. It comes and goes. But this Krishna, the tattva of Krishna is always there. It does not change.
Hmm. Right, right.
इति वक्तुं शक्यते. Can we go to the next shloka?
आमां धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादाः. पठति वा भवान्?
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय
प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्
प्रकृतिं यान्ति.
प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्
Hmm.
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि
कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्. माम् इकाम् इति वा? किं मामिकाम्?
मम सम्बन्धी वस्तु तद् मामिकम् इति भवति.
आहा.
मामकम् इति तत् प्रकृतिं मामिकाम्. It is the स्त्री form of mamaka. Mamaka means something which is mine.
मामिकाम् प्रकृतिं यान्ति सर्वभूतानि कल्पक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. Okay. At the kalpakshaya, pranashyanti, all these pranashyanti means they disappear into what? Prakriti. Mamikam prakritim yanti. They disappear into my nature, my prakriti. Kalpadav visrujami. I again make them up at the start of kalpa. That's what I get from the shloka. Any any points to discuss here?
सः भूतभृन् इति न इति अवदत् पूर्वस्मिन् श्लोके.
Hmm.
He does not create, he does not nourish, he does not bhuta bhavana, etc. So now he is again contradicting and saying, I am, you know, Visrujami, I am creating them, I am destroying them, and all that.
Interesting. Let's see what Shankaracharya has to say. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं त्रिगुणात्मिकाम् अपरां निकृष्टाम्. ओहो, निकृष्टाम्. Somebody hates prakriti. Okay. यान्ति मामकाम् मदीयां मामकाम् यान्ति निकृष्टां यान्ति कल्पक्षये प्रलयकाले पुनः भूयः तानि भूतानि उत्पत्तिकाले कल्पादौ विसृजामि उत्पादयामि अहं पूर्ववत् एवम् अविद्यालक्षणाम् लक्षणाम्. Okay, this is what he is saying. I don't know why he contradicting himself again and again. It's an interesting observation. All the beings, like wind abiding in the space, thus abide in me during the period of existence. Yanti, go back kalpakshaye, at the end of cycle, at the end of time of dissolution. Mamikam prakritim, to my prakriti, which consists of three gunas and is called my lower nature. Oh, this has been discussed in these shlokas. 7th Adhyaya. Mamikam prakritim. Punaha aham visrajami. I project forth creation. Tani, them, the beings, as before. Purvavat iti asti va? Punaha. Tani.
नैव अस्ति।
Purvavat iti nasti khalu. Then why are they over and over saying that, just like before, as before? Where is this as before coming from? Purvavat. कृष्णस्तु पूर्ववत् इति न उक्तम्. Okay, I think.
प्रायः पुनः इति यथा भवान् उक्तवान्, पुनः इति शब्दं तथा पूर्ववत् इति कल्पन्ते.
Oh, astu. What I think is, this is what is being said. He has already discussed about the Prakriti, and all these beings go back into Prakriti and they come back again. And in the form of Brahma, right? He was talking about his sleep and his waking up. When he sleeps, everything goes dark, and when he wakes up, everything comes back. So that is what he is referring to here. Visrajamyaham. अहमेव विसृजामि इति उक्तवान्. अत्र I think this is what he is referring to the dharma of this Prakriti. And this Prakriti has this dharma because, I don't know. But, yeah. Any, like, can you make sense of this?
एतत् विचित्रमेव. Of course, he has many times earlier said, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate, etc. That I command the prakriti to give birth to the world and all that. And there are two kinds of prakriti, like you had already discussed in 7th Adhyaya, etc. So this is very dvaitic in interpretation, that there is then the Ishvara, then there is the prakriti. It's like the father and mother, and they're creating the universe and so on. So these set of verses, I mean, these ideas actually then don't exactly fit well into the previously discussed this one.
Yes.
That is true.
So I was just making two kinds of statements. One for the, more, very, very deep and not very accessible kind of truth, that avyakta swarupena. Oh, I see what he is doing. I think what he is doing is avyakta murti, being avyakta murti. This is how it is. All these verses are talking about the avyakta murti. This prakriti comes up when it is vyakta. These are the lakshanas of vyakta murti.
Oh. Samichinam.
इति मन्ये. We'll go to next shloka then. Yes. पठति वा महोदय?
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य
विसृजामि पुनः पुनः
विसृजामि पुनः पुनः
भूतग्रामम् इमं कृत्स्नम्
भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम्
अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्.
अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्. Avasham means without control, uncontrolledly or without any other gatyantara. Prakritehe vashat, because of the prakriti. Bhutagramam imam, all this world that contains all the bhutas. So bhutas meaning from Brahma to Stamba. Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam Bhutagramam imam Srujami Punah Punaha. I project forth over and over again. Prakritim swamavashtabhya. Swam avashtabhya. This avashtabhya. Avashtabhyah iti va?
न तत् ल्यप्रत्ययः अवस्थम्भनं कृत्वा इति.
Avashtabhya. Oh,
हम्म,
avashtabhya. Avastambhanam krutva. Stambhanam
हम्म,
ityukte stop or what is it called?
हम्म,
Freeze. Avastambhanam
हम्म.
is what? Control.
Allow, I think
Allow.
allow.
Allow or
Hmm.
control, right? That's what.
Hmm.
That's what I also think. Avastambhanam krutva. Prakritim avastambhanam krutva.
Hmm.
Visrujami punah punaha. Kim visrujati? Bhutagramam imam krutsnam everything. Avasham. That Bhutagramam does not have any say in this. Prakriter vashat. Look at the Shankara Bhashya. Prakritim swam swiyam prakritim, my own prakritim, avashtabhya, vashikritya, by taking control of this prakriti, visrajami punah punaha, prakrito jatam punah punaha. Okay, visrajami punah punaha, he creates or he puts forth creation over and over again. Prakritaha jatam bhutagramam. Whatever has been born in this prakriti is bhutagramam. Bhuta samudayam iti. All the set of all beings. Imam vartamanam kritsnam samagram. All of it. Everything right now, everywhere. Everything. Avasham asvatantram. So all of this is asvatantra. Avidyadi doshaihi paravashikrutam. It has been because of avidya dosha, it has been paravashikrutam. Uh, in the sense that it has been, it is not in the control of itself. It is completely avasham yuktam khalu. It is in the control of the prakriti. Prakritehe vashat, svabhava vashat. Oh, prakritehe vashat is referring to the prakriti. Oh, the swabhava of the bhutagrama. I see. तर्हि तस्य ते परमेश्वरस्य भूतग्रामम् इमं विषमं विदधतः तस्मिन् तन्निमित्ताभ्यां धर्माधर्माभ्यां सम्बन्धः स्यादिति इदम् आह. Okay. So as soon as somebody says, as soon as Krishna says this, the question that appears in the mind is Tarhi Tasya Te Parameshwarasya Bhutagramam Imam विषमं विदधतः विषमं विदधतः विदधाति इत्युक्ते क्रियेट डस् इति
आम्.
विषमं विदधतः वाट् इस् दिस् विषमं क्रिटिकल्
Vishamam ityukte diversity, very plurality, which is creating a lot of plurality of Bhutagrama.
विषमम् इत्युक्ते प्लूरला क्रिटिकल् इति नास्ति वा
तदपि शक्यते. Vishama paristhiti is critical, correct, but Vishama here, which is not Sama, which is not homogeneous, heterogeneous, is what Vishama is.
Oh, Visama is Vishama.
Aam.
Oh, तन्निमित्ताभ्यां धर्माधर्माभ्यां सम्बन्धः तन्निमित्ताभ्यां कस्य निमित्ताभ्यां भूतग्रामनिमित्ताभ्यां धर्माधर्माभ्यां सम्बन्धः स्यात्. There should be some link between dharma and adharma, and thus he is about to say the next shloka which will clarify that doubt. What?
Aam.
Iti va. Thus avastabhya, keeping under control swam mayon prakritim, which is characterized as nescience. What is nescience? Nescience. Visrajami, I project forth punah punaha the kritsnam, the whole of imam existing bhutagramam, multitude of beings which are born of prakriti, which are under another subjugation due to such defects. 8.19 introductory commentary. Okay, I think this will come up more. 8.19. What is 8.19? Let's see. Let's go. 8.19. भूतग्रामः स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्र्यागमे अवशः पार्थ प्रभवत्यः रागमे. Yeah. He's referring back to this shloka which said Bhutagrama, which comes and goes with nightfall and day, which comes with the day and goes back with the night.
Namaskara.
Namaste, ma'am.
That 8.19, if I remember properly, it was talking about like even Brahmaloka is also not permanent, just like all Jivis. They come with as a Srishti of a daytime of Brahma and also go back along with this one, like Shushti Pralaya and stuff like that. That is 8.19. That was the reference over there.
Right. I see what I think what the Shankaracharya's question is that because you are the one who has created all this world and you are the one who has also created dharma and adharma. So if any you are the cause for adharma iti. So this becomes a
Okay.
problem, right? In the sense that you are the one who are the dharma murti, you are creating this world, but this world contains dharma and adharma because you have made them equivalent. Like there are many inequalities. Vishamam iti uktam. Because of the duality and the multiplicity, because of the different kinds of nature of things or beings, you are the one that is the reason for dharma and adharma as well.
Okay.
So in order to explain that, he is saying the next shloka. Pathati va mahodaya.
न च मां तानि कर्माणि
न च मान्तानि कर्माणि
निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय
निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय
उदासीनवदासीनम्
उदासीनवदासीनम्
Asaktam teshu karmasu.
Asaktam teshu karmasu. This is a nice word. Udasinavat asinam. The one who is sitting. Like Udasinavat. Udasinaha means who is, what is it called? Indifferent. Udasinavad asinam. Nachamam tani karmani nibadhnanti. Oh, he is okay. The question here is more deeper. You are saying punah punaha ahameva srajami. You are doing karma. So when you do karma, you should be bound by its phala. So do you also have karma phala? That is a very important question to ask. And then he is saying, Nachamam tani karmani nibadhnanti. This work that I am doing of Leena or Laya and Visrujana, both of them, etani karmani, na nibadhnanti. They do not bound me, they do not bind me. He Dhananjaya, kimartham aham udasinavadasinaha. Udasinavadasinam asaktam. I am not really interested in it. Asaktaha, asaktam, teshu karmasu. Teshu karmasu, asaktam. Ataha mam, asaktam mam, tani karmani, na badhananti. This is what I understand. Is that correct?
I'm detached to the karma what I do. That's why they don't bind me.
No, but then this is saying that even the subject of the process of creation itself is subject to the karmic law. So
That's what.
that's very
That is
interesting
the
to.
important question that we get right. Whenever there is karma, there is always associated karma phala.
He's
So
not attached, no?
he is not attached. He is doing
Yeah.
nishkama karma. So he is
That's why
following
he's
his
not
own,
bound.
like, he is following his own advice. He told everybody to
Yeah.
do nishkama karma, and he is saying that I am always doing nishkama karma, and
So
therefore I am not bound by them.
indirectly or directly, he's preaching Arjuna and to us through Arjuna that don't get attached to the karma, just like me. That means I'm practicing. This is what is my preaching is.
Dasinava dasino bhava iti.
Nice, interesting. But the question I'm asking is then how is the karma and karmic law has come with the creation of the universe? How can then the process of creation, the initial process of creation itself, be subject to it? Karma came by Srishti. How can then karma have judged even the very process from which it
That's
has
what.
arisen?
Nanibadhanti does not apply.
It is nishkama karma. At the same time, what I understand is I only created it. Why should that one, what I create, has to bind me? Because I'm
Yeah.
not attached. First, I created it, and I'm also not attached to it. And because I created it, it won't, bind me.
Yeah. I think actually I favor the interpretation of the word. Why it is not binding him is because of the udasinavad asinaha. Because
Correct.
he is sitting above it.
Above.
Udasina literally means one who is sitting above, like on a cliff and watching things below. So of course it's not going to affect him because these are products which are
His own
yeah,
karma.
yeah.
I would say it is.
I don't think asaktam is what is not causing the palas to be attached to him. It's because he is.
Dasinavadasinam evancha asaktam. Dvavapi.
I
He's
would say
above
it
all.
is
He's
attachment.
above all.
Both of them. Why not both? Why only one of them?
No, because he is
I
not
would.
asakta in a sense because he willed the creation of the universe. It's not, if we say he is just doing it like a nishkama karma, very mechanically, that he has no gain or loss from this. He is just following some person's order, and he's just doing. He's just mechanically creating and dissolving these universes. Then the
Yes.
question will come:
May,
who is then the creator of the universe? Who is ordering this universe to be born?
Vyek.
May I say something,
Yes,
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 ma'am.
please.
please? I would say this is attachment with detachment. When you have got to do some kind of work or karma or whatever you say, you have got to be sort of really falling in love with what you're doing. But once you finish your work, don't hold on to it. Just be detached, but it's still your work. So if you want to paint a picture, you have got to be sort of solely attached to the work you're doing. And once you finish it, just give it to, yeah, it was his Praranatha. So that's how I was able to do it. And be detached. That would be my personal interpretation. Udasino this, udasino this, dasina.
Oh, some.
It's like bringing up a child. When you bring up your child, you are attached to your child. Once the time comes, you have to be detached from the child. But still, you're overlooking when you send your child to university. Okay, you're attached, but you're still detached. You see what I mean? So that way, you're doing your karma of having brought up a child and giving him the freedom or her the freedom to do whatever, and then progress in life and let them flourish.
I have
This is my
another. Yeah, sorry.
practical way of thinking. Thank you.
Sorry to cut.
Thank
I
you,
have
ma'am.
another perspective here. He's Triganatita, and any normal example may be partially correct. He is a Triganatita in the previous. So he's above all gunas. As a normal being, we are attached to some of the vasanas. So in this case, he has created it. He will do as like just normal activity, and he need not be attached to it because he knows he's created, and why should that creation be binding him? So he's doing his duty. He's duty bound.
Yes, then again the question becomes, why is this his duty? Why is it?
He has created his own rules and he follows it. Just like if you take example of Surya, who is stopping him? It's his law, he is following it. He has created a law for himself and he follows it.
Swadharmam iti.
Yeah, and also he's not attached because he has created it. And that law cannot bind him because he's above the law. But still he follows the law.
Oh, we can. Oh, okay. I think we should look at this word very carefully. Ut asinavad asinaha.
Yeah, above.
Kimartham udaasinaha iti sakshat kimartham na. Udasinavat asinaha kimartham. So I'll ask this question in the sense that, why is he saying that I sit as if I am sitting at the top, or I am indifferent? As if. Why is he using the word as if? This vat is there, right? Kimartham this vat has come up. Udasinavat asinaha iti asinam. Any thoughts?
Samyak Prashna. But even if we say it was not the case, that he didn't say Vat, he just said Udasina Asinam. But is the meaning anyway changing?
Udasina is itself saying that he's already sitting on the top. It would become repetitive to use Udasina Asina. Does that make sense?
Oh. Hmm.
There
Okay,
is no,
let's
like,
say
if
Vadasina is not there.
you can just remove the
What
whole
is-
thing then. Udasina Asina, like you can just say Udasina ha iti.
Hmm. Then the
Udasinam mam.
Hmm.
Then he is basically saying that I am different, I am sitting somewhere else. Uttasinam. But he is only saying that no, I pervade everything.
Exactly, yeah.
I am
Oh,
not
maybe
actually.
that is the answer. There is the answer then. And that is because he permits everything, there is no up or down. So maybe that is the answer.
Therefore, udasinavat asinaha. As if he is on a higher plane, although he is everywhere. Or rather, everything is in him. That is what we should say more correctly. Uh, it's not God is everywhere. It is God is everything is not. Uh, okay, udasinavat asinam teshu karmasu udasinavad asinam. And doing these karmas, the karma of srishti, sthiti and laya, saha udasinavad asinaha. He is staying untouched iti manye. Therefore, na badhanti. I think there is one story as well, right? When Brahmadeva gets attached to his own creation and that becomes a huge papa, and because of which initially he had 5 heads. One of his heads is removed because of that.
Satyam.
Tadapi asit, yes. So this is what
Isn't it why Brahma is not worshipped? Is that story, or is that a different story?
I think there are two different stories.
Oh, okay,
There
okay.
are
No, but
many, like, people say a lot of different stories to essentially get to the point that Brahma is not worshipped.
okay, okay. But the thing is, Shiva removed one of Brahma's 5 heads, right? And then it was 5 initially, and it became 4, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then after that, did he not curse Brahma that you shall not have any places of worship in the Bhuloka?
I think there is a different story for that.
I think there was, I think Durvasa Muni, if I remember that one, right?
Yes, there is Durvasa Muni story where Durvasa Muni comes to Vaikuntha, and he also if the story, if I remember it correctly, the Jaya and Vijaya do not let him in because Vishnu and Lakshmi Devi are playing some dice games. Uh,
Okay.
but he goes in, how dare you? You stop me. You
No,
cannot
that is
stop me.
Sanaka Sanata. That is different.
No, no, no. He goes inside and then he kicks Vishnu on his Vakshasthala and say, how dare you uh, not let me in? I am a great bhakta of yours. You won't let me in. Lakshmi Devi is very, very saddened by the fact that, how is this a human coming inside and kicking the Vakshasthala is the place of Lakshmi Devi. So how she is very, very angry with him and she goes into Bhuloka. And that is the story of that Srinivasa Kalyanam, where he also takes the form of Srinivasa, and then that all
Oh,
happens.
okay.
So, so at this time only, I think, yeah, there are many stories like this, and he also goes to Brahma. Something similar happens. He is like, you will not be worshipped from now on, etc. But there is one more story where there is the story of this Swayambhu Linga, which is very, very, like, it's a long pillar. That is the primordial pillar of existence that has been there, which stretches infinitely. And then Vishnu and Vishnu and Brahmadeva, uh, they say that, we'll try to get to the end of it and we'll meet back at the center. Both of them go. And Brahmadeva, what he does is, after going for a while,
Uh,
he he says that, okay, I'm unable to find the end, I'll just go back. And when they come to the center, Brahmadeva says, no, no, I have seen the end of it. It is so far away, it is there. And then there is this one particular tree. I don't remember the tree's name. Do you know what the tree's name is? There is this plant and there are these flowers.
plant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is not used for worship for Shiva Puja. I know that, but
Correct.
I don't remember the name of that.
And so at the
It's
end,
called
so essentially,
Talambu in Tamil. Wait.
yes. And the
Uh,
Shiva says that, because you lied, you will not be worshipped.
ah,
There is a different story where what he does is he's first time creating human beings. He creates a female and he starts loving her. And that is also a huge problem because that is adharma, and that is the reason for which his head gets removed or something. There are so many different stories coming to the same point.
It's called Ketaki or
Ketaki,
Talambu in Tamil.
correct, yes.
Ketaki or pine, fragrant screw pine. Very pleasant fragrance.
Yes. So the ultimate point is this: why is uh, Krishna not Baddha? Because of the fact that he is Udasinavadasinaha Asaktaha cha. He is also not Saktaha. He is not, what is it called? In contact with them. Saktaha. Saktaha means what? Sakti.
Attached.
Attached. Yes. He is not attached to them. Therefore, they are not bounding him. I think. Brahma can get attached. And that is why at the end of 100 years, a new Brahma comes up.
Oh,
But Vishnu is not attached to any of it. Uh, we'll stop here. It's a good place to stop.
yeah,
Thank you very
nice.
much. Namasarvebhyah.
I want to know Dhananjaya means whom? Whom it refers to?
Arjuna.
Arjuna. Okay.
Dhananjaya.
Sometimes interchangeably he
Conqueror of
mentions
wealth.
Kaunteya, right?
Yes, yes. Kaunteya, Dhananjaya, Parantapa, Partha. So Dhananjaya means the one who is the winner of wealth. I think.
Ah,
Okay. Thank you very much. Namaskaraha.
Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा
Senior,
बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतेः
so,
स्वभावात्
so,
करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि
so,
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम करचरणकृतं वाक्कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितमविहितं वा सर्वमेतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो नमस्काराः
Namaskar. Dhanyawada. Namaskar.
धन्यवादाः